What is up, my viewers? Spang here, bringing you another World of Tanks gameplay commentary. Nailed it that time. This time it is a replay from a good buddy of mine in the game itself. I actually play with him from time to time. His name is The Right Way 23. What was wrong? The other numbers taken? But I don't mean to make fun of you. I'm just having fun at you. But he is going to be in his E75. We're going to have a couple E75 gameplays here. And yeah, it's on Prokhorovka. It is going to be standard battle, and as you can tell, I'm just making sure I have my settings adjusted properly. And now let's increase that minimap size, and we are good to go. We're golden. Now, he's going away. I'm not usually a fan of going as a heavy tank. Granted, there are only 2 tier 9 tanks per team, giving him quite a significant advantage, especially since the 2 tier 9 vehicles on the enemy team are medium tanks. Therefore, being the only tier 9 heavy tank in the entire match is actually an incredible advantage. I also take notice that there is no artillery, which makes this left side push up the 1-2 line a bit more favorable towards heavy tanks and tank destroyers. Honestly, for everyone, the biggest problem with this side is the moment you're spotted, there's no cover for you. You are exposed and in the open, and there's really nothing you can do except get shot at by artillery or shot at by tanks on the enemy team, just waiting for you in the bushes on the other side. The Roomba, I do agree with him being over here. He's got great camouflage. He can hide in those bushes, and he can lay down some great fire support if he doesn't continue to push up too far. Friendly IS-3 taking quite a bit of hits there, already down almost 1,000 points of damage. Really not something you want to do that early in the game, not something you'd like to have happen to you. Even more damage being taken right there. Type 59 probably the one laying that down. Falling back as wise players should. He's utilizing the T-59's mobility to kind of surf on the hills, if you will. Just go up and down, right way, trying to push up until the point where he sees an enemy vehicle, barely misses it from his view, but as you'll see, he might take, he takes a blind shot, trying to basically get a hit on that enemy vehicle, betting that he hasn't moved enough to where that shot would miss, and chances are pretty good he actually got a decent hit on it. Type 59 still causing a bit of trouble in the center. His team pushing up along the rails a bit into this town area, as well as up the hill onto that little high point. So a good spread for his team. E50 managing to take out a T-34. Not a huge loss. That's kind of to be expected when an E50 fights a T-34. Still, this match can go either way. The fact remains he is the only tier 9 heavy tank, and right now he's recognizing that. He's pushing forward, saying, you know what can stop me? What's the worst that could happen? Well, there is a Roomba on the enemy team, a T-28, and that 4502 Alpha, not going to really stop him. Tracks hit, nothing major. Tracks hit again, nothing major. Bouncing quite a few shells here, more shells to be bounced. A hit from the side for no damage. Wow, he is just soaking up all those shells left and right. Another couple bounces right there. The enemy team certainly is waiting in those bushes for him, aren't they? But as you can tell by looking at the minimap, enemy team losing their Type 60, T-69. Every time I see a T, I want to say type. It's just, forgive me for my ignorance. But the enemy team does have a decent spread across the map, pretty similar to what his team has. So all in all, the teams are pretty evenly matched across the map. Right here, he's again abusing the fact that he is the heaviest armored thing on this map, the only tier 9 heavy tank, and a Luve or a Low, depending on what you want to call it, as well as the Tiger P, a Pershing. Nothing here really going to pose that big of a threat to him. He is feeling a little pressured here with all the shells impacting him, but it's not too significant of a concern. As you can tell, he's absorbing them just fine, despite the hail of lead just flying his way. The enemy team desperately trying to take him out, but not really managing to do much, if anything, to him here. This Tiger P will end up getting bouncing a shot. That's impressive. Now, I'm not sure. It looks like he has the big gun on here, the large 128, and it is the large 128, 246 penetration, 490 damage, so it is a bit surprising he bounced on that Tiger P. The 4502 Alpha, not really going to be able to bounce much, if anything, from the E75. At least one is upgraded as the one Right Way is driving. The Roomba, the biggest threat to him right there, way in the back, managing to take a hit and just get that much closer to death. Tiger P almost eliminated. The Alpha now gone. Tiger 1 is off to the side. The enemy team really demonstrating that they are focusing the vast majority of their efforts on taking out Right Way. Another shell flying in from the side and missing. I can only assume is from that Type 59. Right Way's team still managing to hold the hill to the far right. let's just call it east. Yeah, let's go with that one. And the center looking still strong. Right Way's team managing to look to hold the enemy team at bay on all fronts. Current battle count is 6-3, and the enemy team really in a bad spot right now. Like I said, having the only tier 9 heavy tank on your team is a great advantage, especially when that player uses it aggressively and pushes that advantage like Right Way is doing here. Properly took account of the situation, said, hey, there's no artillery to ruin my day. There's no heavy hitters per se. I mean, there were a couple like the Roomba, which is still alive here. Ooh, managing to take a shot at his tracks, but damaging nothing more. I bet he's grateful for that one. Probably had something to do with the swivel, where he was most likely aiming for the lower plate, and at the last second, Right Way turned his E75, and he got nothing but track. So, the enemy team apparently having a Tiger 1 that's been AFK this whole time, or he's just that much of a noob to where he's sitting on the base for the entire duration of the game. But that E7, wow. That snapshot didn't work out for you, did it, Right Way? I was kind of hoping you'd zoomed in and taken the initiative a bit more to try and hit that guy, but you have a zoom function. You can use it. But right now, 9-7. It's still anyone's match, but the fact remains Right Way is still a potent force to be reckoned with, hiding behind that dead husk of the Tiger P to hopefully not get shot by the Roomba. Roomba bouncing a shell, that sounded like some heat that just didn't get through. Still surviving. Right Way only having 60 hit points left despite the hail of bullets he's taken and survived so far. He might not survive for much longer. The T-28 looking to end it. Oh, and eliminated by a friendly tank destroyer. Thank you. I'm saying Right Way should be saying thank you to his allies for that save there. Possibly could have been his end. This Type 59 doing his best to hide and win it for his team. Not gonna happen. And the enemy team now down by 4 tanks. It is just all but over here, folks. The M46 Patton looking to do a little bit still in that center area, looking like he's actually done quite a bit with the, I'm guessing, the E50s over there as well, to eliminate Right Way's team on that flank, but it just wasn't enough. So, all in all that remains is an E50, which is very capable of killing Right Way here, and KV-5, not so much capable. It's got such a low penetration gun, I would be surprised. It'd have to be something of a lucky shot, or Right Way would just have to absolutely present his sider rear to him and just give him the kill. As long as he plays smart, he should be able to end this battle unscathed, well, not unscathed, but alive, and that's all that really counts in the end, isn't it? Battle survived. There's that E50, still close to full health, so if he was a incredible player, and I mean incredible, he would have to be something special. He could still win this match. Not looking like the case, however. Definitely going to end very shortly for him. Only 766 hit points left, and Right Way is looking to just bring that down a little bit more. 468, a little bit of a low roll. The KV-5 just getting eliminated by Right Way's M46 Patton. Still a very good tank. A lot of people, I don't know what their issue is with the 46 Patton. I liked it a lot. It was just a good all-around tank. It wasn't too great at any one thing, but it was good enough at everything to where it just absolutely performed well enough, I would say. But anyway, Right Way managing to get only 1 kill despite all the damage and shots he took, so I am certain he got a lot of potential damage. But let us go to the post-game stats to see exactly just how he did. Alright, and I guess we have our answer. So he got Confederate, Steel Wall, High Caliber, and Spartan. And of course, Mastery Badge, Ace Tanker. Doing quite well for himself here. Oh, there we go. My mouse did not want to cooperate there for a second. Anyway, getting quite a few shots on quite a lot of vehicles, only managing to eliminate the IS-2. Which, you know what? In the end, it's not really the kills that matter, it's the damage dished out. So that is 5,498. The only tank on the enemy team even coming remotely close to that is the E50, which actually did come respectably close, over 4,500 points of damage. So the E50 doing work, definitely a good player. The KV-5 also managing to do respectably well for himself. Where is that enemy Patton? Enemy Patton is... I could have sworn they had a Patton. the enemy team definitely had 2 tier 9 vehicles. Oh, there it is. So far towards the bottom, my mind refused to acknowledge it. Yeah, the enemy Patton really not doing much of anything. Whereas Right Way's Patton doing quite a bit, but enough about their team. Let's look at what he did. Managed to take 18 shots fired, 15 direct hits, 12 penetration, no HE fired whatsoever because high explosive most of the time, unless you're artillery or a high damage tank destroyer. Really not worth it. Damage done is what we already know, almost 5,500. Damage from a distance of more than 300 meters, which goes towards that sniping medal, if I recall correctly, is 2,332. So quite a bit of respectable long-range shots. Hits received, 49. That steel wall was well earned. 23 penetrations, which do count for things like track damage and the such, I believe, and 26 non-penetrations. No splash hits because there was no arty, and damage received total 1860. Just a little bit less, 60 hit points less than his full health, so almost, but total damage blocked by armor, there's the kicker, right? 13,840. That's quite impressive. Enemies detected 3 because he was the only one really pushing up on that flank, and enemies damaged is 7 for 1 destroyed. Now, if we want to go into even more detail, he netted over 50,000 credits and made over 6,000 experience because of a ×3 multiplier. So all in all, a very solid match. Just goes to show you that when you are the heaviest armored thing on your team, and most likely the entire game, the T-28, the only other vehicle coming close, you should really just abuse the armor. Just absolutely steel wall it up. And even if you end up dying in the end, chances are pretty good your push, albeit it should be an intelligent push, you shouldn't just blitz out in the middle of an enemy formation, mind you, but it will make a difference. But anyway, thanks for sending this in, buddy. But if you like this video, click that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe, if you aren't already, that is. Thank you to my subscribers, and you got a replay that you want me to commentate, just see the instructions in the description below for how to do that. And until next time, this has been Spang, and I am signing off.